Burt Hammer is committed to bringing USB power to more than 2 billion people across the world who aren't connected to the electric grid. One of his inventions, the HydroBee, is a portable battery that recharges from multiple natural sources. Burt talked with us about the challenges he's faced.
I'm Burt Hammer. I'm the co-founder and the president of HydroBee, a Seattle startup that's invented a new personal renewable energy system. This allows you to harvest USB energy from nature, enough energy to charge your phone or to run LED lights using the power of flowing water or wind or bicycles or your muscles or a donkey cart or a dog pulling a wagon. Anything that generates enough power to charge a cell phone battery. And you can put it in our can, and you'll have a can full of natural, renewable energy to go. The hurdles have been understanding what the product design really needs to be, because no one's ever tried to do this. USB power itself is completely new to the world. Nobody ever thought about building a hydropower system to make USB power. Why would you? So we've changed the design repeatedly, and we've also had to find the people to work with that'll make this affordable. So we spent at least 6 months finding the right path to manufacturing. Not really anything tripping us up per se, but being ready to change the plan, because reality keeps intruding in ways we hadn't expected, and we went, oh, that's not going to work. Let's go back and do a new design and make that out of 3D printing. So it's not so much tripping up more than stumbling forward. The most amazing resource we found is our manufacturing partner. It's a little company in Seattle that specializes in rapid product development in China for things that they think you can sell a lot of. And their objective is for us to sell 1 million units and they get 10%. So what they're doing is basically developing all the product for us at an extraordinarily low cost. It's literally 10% of the same quote in the United States. And I don't have to hire an engineer. I don't have to hire a product development person. I have a designer, but I don't have to have distribution and shipping. It's all outsourced through this one company. And as a consequence, I've just reduced my fundraising needs by $500,000. Leadership, that's it. Because my bandwidth is about over, about tapped. And I'm the inventor, I'm the promoter, I'm the guy that runs around and gets things going, but I'm not the guy to take care of things on a daily basis. And as the business gets bigger, that's going to be a huge amount of work just to keep all the stuff going. Managing the social media, for example. We want to sell this over the internet, so we have to build a global online fan base. That is not my skill set. And so I have to find the right person to come in and be my partner, and it's intimidating. I've been married for 30 years. And finding a person who you can go down the path with for years together, well, I forgot how to date 25 years ago. So I have to learn it's the dating of this. Because I like solving problems. I'm an entrepreneur because I really like solving problems, but these are personal problems that I've seen. I spent 25 years living overseas and with my family, and I raised my daughter, in fact, in Peru and the Philippines. And when you're face to face with grinding $2 a day poverty, it makes a huge impression on you. And when I realized I actually could make a difference, two things. First of all, I have the ability to make a difference, but second, I have a wife with a full-time job. And that's just the kind of resource that either you have it or you don't. But it's made it possible for me to spend the time doing this without having to go out and use my time to make just cash to pay the bills. So I'm doing it because I feel like I have to, but also because I can. And that's a great combination. Because renewable energy at the bottom of the pyramid is the foundation for everything. If people have enough power, if they have a USB battery now, and I'm really talking about a brick like you could buy at Radio Shack, they can, number one, communicate with phones. But number two, they can run LED lights and replace the horrible little kerosene lanterns that 1 billion people use at night in their huts. Those things burn people to death. They cause air pollution and horrible problems, and they suck people's money up. So not only can you have phones and lighting, but you can also now have education, because with a USB power, you can run a tablet computer, and everything a tablet can do is now in the hut with people. And it all depends on a USB power brick. And if we can help people get that power without having them have to travel all over places buying little charges bit at a time, it changes their lives. I mean, I think we've got a chance in this company to have an impact on 100 million people. And I want that to be on my headstone. The first thing is that they can get the product, because if you're trying to reach 1 billion people off the grid, how do you get it to them? The last mile distribution has been the death of many, many great ambitions. So we thought, what's the one product you can get to anybody, anywhere? The answer is a can of Coca-Cola. So we designed the turbine to fit as a soda can. The whole system is built in a soda can, so we can send turbines out in 6-packs with the same people that are delivering sodas. That's my last mile distribution channel. So the first thing they're happy about, the customers, is I can get it. But second, I can also send it back if it doesn't work, because the vendor's going back. Another reason they're going to love us is because it's designed to come apart in 3 pieces, so you can leave part of it attached to the spinning source making power, but then you can unscrew the battery and walk away, and it's just like the battery you'd buy at a store. It's your personal power puck. So you don't have to be attached to the power source. You don't have to stay there. So on the bicycle version of this, there's already people making USB chargers that run on bicycles, but they've built them into the hub of the bike. And if you want to charge your phone, you have to stand next to the bike for 3 hours, which is really irritating. So our design, you can attach the whole can right to the frame of the bike, and when it's charged, you just unscrew it and walk away. Power to go in a can. So convenience is another reason the customers will like us. And the third is it's cheap. The cost of goods on this entire system is 20 bucks. And if we sell it to Americans for 100 bucks, we'll make a really good profit margin. But we've also done this. We've put a pager chip on the circuit board, and it can be turned on and off by sending the device a text message. And that means we can sell it to poor people who have $2 a day using microfinance. We can charge them $1 a week, and they can pay 50 bucks over the course of a year, or $100 over the course of 2 years. And they're doing that now with solar lanterns in Africa and India. People are already selling $200 solar lantern kits to do exactly what ours does, but their cost of goods is 3 times higher. And when there's no sun, their product doesn't work. The HydroBee always works, because you can plug a solar panel into it, but you can also use your crank or a bicycle or your muscles, or toss it in the river so the water spins it. The new design has got the ability to attach to anything. What we've done is we've separated the pieces inside from the mounting block. So this is going to have little holes here and on the sides here, and that means you can take this, attach it like this, screw it to something. So this could be on the side of a donkey cart, or it could be on your bicycle, and when you need it, you just pop it off and walk away. So that means you free the customer from the power source, and they have a can full of juice to go. I am having so much fun doing this. This morning I was in conversations with 2 of my friends in Seattle as we figured out what we're going to put on the 3D printer at 2 p.m. today. So we're inventing things between breakfast and lunch and getting them made the next day. This is insane. It is so much fun. Can we do this? Can we do that? I don't know. Why don't we just try it? Our partner is giving us the 3D printing for free. It's part of their product development process. So when I say, can we make this? He goes, well, I don't know. Why don't you send me a file and I'll print it? So that's part of it, but also knowing at the end of the road is a target. It's moving the needle on poverty. And that's the thing. If you don't go big, go home, what are you going to do? Build a school in Africa? Well, that's nice. And you'll improve the lives of several hundred people. But there are 2 billion people who live in serious poverty. More people are poor today than lived on the entire planet in 1930. And so if you want to make a difference, if you want your headstone to say, yeah, this guy did something, you can't stay small. You got to go big. Otherwise, you're not going to move the needle. And who will remember you and for what? So this has got the potential to help a lot of people because anybody can use it anywhere to get power for USB, which didn't exist 10 years ago. And there's going to be 100 billion connected USB things in a few years. My inspiration comes from 2 people, Paul Polak and Mal Warwick, and they recently wrote a book called The Business Solution to Poverty. And these guys pull no punches. They're both about 80, and they both spent about 50 years doing international development. They have no time for the standard poverty reduction programs. They say very clearly, if you're going to move the needle, you've got to build a business that can make $1 billion a year serving 100 million people. Then you have something that's going to matter. And they prescribe the menu how to do it. It's an entire book about this is what you need to do from 2 guys who are so old and experienced. They don't care what anybody else thinks. And I like people like that because you're getting the truth as they know and believe it. And, you know, they've each got 30 years on me in the field, so I believe them.